Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. Now, it's been quite a few days since I've last played in real life, so I might be a tiny bit rusty, so watch for me missing certain keystrokes and things. But let's see, we've got a lot to do this episode. Last episode, we got our first little freight train running, delivering wood into a new warehouse we set up here in Amana Colonies, and it looks like everything's working. Now, it's not the most efficient. We noticed, I think, towards the end of the episode that our trucks, as they're picking up from this freight station here, they are draining the warehouse pretty quick. So we'll keep an eye on that. They're delivering the wood. Where is it? Over here to Haver South. Let's take a look at the business and see where we're at. We're at average. Okay, we started out at excellent before we moved over to the train. And then we were at bad for a bit. Now we're at average. I'm just going to let that run for a bit. We'll check in on that later. What I'm thinking of doing this episode, and I know we did a bit of this last episode, some maintenance kind of stuff, but we're going to dive into an assortment of odd tasks this episode that I just want to get to because we've been neglecting them. And let me walk through what we're going to do. We're going to upgrade the business because I constantly neglect that. It's got to be driving you guys crazy. In the bottom left hand of the screen, you'll see the headquarters button. I believe that we're ready to upgrade. And I kind of wish that would just happen automatically and we just get a notification that, hey, your business grew, and you get these bonuses. But we'll do that first. We'll upgrade. Then I do want to take a look at the tech tree and maybe look at prioritizing the upgrades that relate to the warehouses. Because now that we're using trains to ship product, we, instead of plopping down a whole bunch of warehouses like this wood one here, maybe we just want to upgrade these so we don't have to tear out as much residences and businesses or whatever to make room for warehouses. So I've kind of got in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe upgrading warehouses might not be a bad place to throw some research at. So we'll do that. Then we need to go through all the messages here at the top, our notifications. Looks like there's 17 up there. Just make sure there's nothing burning. I think we did a pretty good job clearing these out last episode. We'll just see what's there. But yeah, last episode, some of the bus routes that weren't profitable and the freight, the truck routes that we're doing, what was it, wood frames down here. I think I put those in a garage just until we're ready to get to that. So we'll clear out those messages, and then I want to upgrade our people train. There it is right in front of us. This thing is at capacity. Now, our stations that I placed are pretty tiny, but I think we can get at least 2 more cars. And then I guess, yeah, I don't think I want to try and expand these stations. I'm imagining if we want to make these longer stations, we'd have to rip out some more houses and replace these. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that, but I think we can get 2 more cars on here on this people train and maybe make this guy a little bit more profitable. Since it's here, let's just take a look at the stats. It is profitable, but it's not great. I think it could be better. And being that it's running at capacity makes me think we could add at least a couple more, well, yeah, a couple more cars I think is all it will take. I'm guessing it can't be longer than the station. So we'll do that. And then the last thing I want to do, or last thing on my little list, hopefully we can get to all of it this episode, is also train related. Where is our train? There it goes, moving slowly uphill. Uphill. And I know some of you guys have mentioned we need to terraform this land to make it a little more flat. We'll get around to that. In a way, it kind of looks cool to have it kind of zigzaggy. I know it's not perfectly efficient, but it may be a little more real world. I don't know that I would want to play on an entirely flat map. But getting back to why I brought this up, I want to add some more cars to this train. And maybe even max out the size of it. And we'll just see if this engine can still pull. Now, when we bought this train engine, we bought the highest end one we could. You know, I'm sure there's more coming as we move our way down the research tree. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy just to add a few more cars here. Our cash situation looks great. We're at 5.2 million. Why don't we take a quick look at that, and then we'll get to the items on the list I just mentioned. We are at, let's see, 1.2 million here in trade revenue. And our maintenance is over, what is that? Like 550,000, somewhere around there. So what does that leave us? 600 and something, 650 or 750, 750,000 in profit. And then we're making a little bit off of the passengers, but I think we can do better. In fact, I think we had that higher before. Now we saw that once I put that train down, that people train, it really killed off my bus routes here, the profitability of my bus routes in Newport Beach. So I don't know that I've even checked the bus routes through here. I imagine some of these are now no longer profitable now that this people train has some stops. So we may need to go clean that up too. Maybe when we do these notifications, we'll run across that. All right, first things first, let's get to it. Let's upgrade our business. This has probably been blinking for about a year. All right, so 183 buildings, 2 regions, 245 trucks, 2 trains, level 3 to 4. We get a 5% increase in prices. Kaboom. All right, we are upgraded. I guess that's all that there is to it. And our next upgrade doesn't come until we get to 85 million. So we've got a ways to go. We're at 32.5 million net worth here for our business. I don't think there's anything else we can do on this screen. It's kind of, yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do here. This dynamic is kind of strange to me, the whole leveling up thing. It feels like there could be more going on here. But we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully I'll pay attention to that a little better. All right, check that off the list. Tech tree. We've neglected it for a while. I do want to keep focusing on trains, but since we've got the first route going, let's go look at tech tree. We may need to spin up some more truck routes actually, but let's just see. There's our laboratory. Let's start new research and let's take a look at these. Stone processing, we know we can't do that. We've been through this list several times. Can't do copper. Eventually we'll be able to do stone, right? We've got a region that's got stone. We're just not mining it yet. Copper smelting, nope. Glass production, nope. Heavy diesel engine. That's an option for us. It's super easy. It's just cash with no truck routes necessary. We could just hit that and go. Let's see what else we got. Rails take stone. We're not doing that yet. We don't have the stone. Same thing with roads. Storages. Storages 2. Now this was one that I'm kind of interested in. I think even more so than the heavy diesel engine. I just kind of want to see what we unlock here. Large warehouse 2 and warehouse 2. It'll be interesting to see if we can actually upgrade these warehouses in place, or if we need to delete and place down a new warehouse building. I suppose we could test that out. We've got a small warehouse right where my cursor is. If you can see it there underneath this big window. We could try upgrading that and just see. All right, let's go through the rest of these. This guy requires stuff we don't have, so I don't care about it. Same thing here. I don't think we got the steel bars going yet. I don't think we did that. No, my memory's a little rusty. Yeah, I don't think we got the steel bars. We got the ability to do that, though, I believe. Or did we do it? Can't remember. I don't think so. Yeah, I could be forgetting. Anyway, I don't want to worry about that now. We're not producing enough probably for that. Research 2, we don't have that. Woodworking needs glass panes. We don't have the sand going. Yeah, I'm going to go for storages, and then we'll need to set up wood beams if we don't already have it. All right, so I'll turn that research on. It looks like it's already processing. Let me hit the Alt key, boom, and see what we got here in storage. Check it out. We got a ton of stuff in storage. We got a bunch of wood beams. Or no, those are planks. I see. We've got wood beams here. However, I think we took down that route that was bringing those wood beams. Let's just see. Gotta reach back into my memory and see. I'm trying to remember which freight station we used. Okay, here it is. Wood beams to Newport Beach, Iron Street. We put the cars in the garage, the trucks in the garage, but we left them with their route. So if we go to these guys, I think we'll see that they are sitting in the garage, right? Yes. Okay, wood beams to New Beach, iron S1. We want to set some of these guys loose for the current research. So I'm just going to do that. 1, 2, 3. And why don't I just set them all loose? The ones that have this route. It may be overkill, but at least we know that that research will just be humming along here in the background. It looks like it takes 100 cycles. 2 are already done. And those guys are on their way. Let's take a... Okay, got a save lag here. Waiting for the save. All right, let's go take a look at our wood beam supply. Looks like we're pretty darn good. And I believe both of these freight stations can pull from both warehouses here. So we should be in good shape. Yeah, that icon's really tiny on my screen. So yeah, I think those are both wood beams. Yeah, we labeled the building, so we're good. That should be good there. So we got the tech tree going. Next is messages. Let's run through these. These aren't bad. Demand decreased. Thanks to regular supplies, business grew. Somersville now accepts more iron parts, more iron plates. Point of sale. Let's see. New point of sale for copper ore. Yeah, we don't have that unlocked. Ooh, hey. Haver graduated to city status. That's all very cool. Now, for these ones that say the demand increased, these right now are being served by truck routes. I think what we'll do is as we convert trucks, our truck routes from going to the raw resource locations, our factories, and picking up material there, to instead going from some warehouse that's fed by a train to pick up their resources and deliver to the businesses. I think as we go through that process, like we just did with the wood on our first train, that raw wood, that's when we'll look to scale the delivery of our product to these businesses. But I don't want to add trucks right now to our existing routes until we really have the freight train network set up and tuned. So that's when we'll get around to those kind of messages. Same thing with the new points of sale. I don't want to do any new truck routes really that pick up resources from the factory directly. All right, let's look at these guys. Business on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, this is the one we've been trying to starve out. This guy right here, right? We want to extend our people train up this way, and we just got the message. I just dismissed it by clicking on it. But this is the business that I'm hoping goes out of business or goes bankrupt, I should say. And we have watched this thing slowly level down. I think it may have been level 5 or level 6 when we started starving it out. And now it looks like it's pretty low. It says 135 days left, so it's still going to take a bit of time. But this was just our experiment on, can we clear this building? Because if I go in here and try and demolish this building, or if I grab the bulldozer here and try and take that thing out, it will not let me do it. But if it goes bankrupt, it should disappear on its own, and hopefully I can run. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I think this town center is going to be in our way. But the hope was I could kind of rework this train station and route some rail around here between our headquarters, which I don't believe I can move, and the town center. So it could be we end up taking this train stop out, moving it back a little bit, maybe widening it. It could almost join up with this one if we ever expand this. But I may have to bring that train station back in order to snake more rail between these two buildings. We'll just see when we get there. So that's what that notification was all about. Let's see what else we got. Haver doesn't accept stone. Don't care. This is where we left off. Okay, we got a couple unprofitable notices here. Let's see what these are. Are they buses? No. They're delivering coal or what? Where are you going? Yeah, looks like he's coming back to the freight station already fully loaded with coal. And he is going here. Okay, this is because we are not using up the iron bars and stuff that we're making. So right now, this production looks like maybe it's a little backed up, and so we've got a surplus of coal. What we could do, we could take a truck off of that route. I mean, eventually we're going to have to add it back. But yeah, if we look at all the cars here that are on that route, coal to Newport Beach Northeast, why don't we sell off these old ones? And that'll bring down the supply, because we're oversupplying that, and so trucks are just going back and forth filled with coal with nowhere to unload it. So why don't we just take 2 of these lower end trucks and just sell them? Excuse me. We have a garage. Where is our garage? Down here. Let's do that. I'm going to select these 2, send them to the garage. You go and you go. And while they're here, for the heck of it, I'll just do individual route. Take them off that route. So now we've got 6 trucks, which is plenty. Should be plenty. Delivering coal. Hopefully that will help their profitability a little bit. And then in here, when the trucks make it in here, you can scroll down. Are they here yet? No, we got some buses. We got some other stuff. There's the trucks that we took off last episode that were delivering the iron parts for the wood frames that we don't have automated yet. There's another extra truck for... Oh. We could use this one, maybe. Where is this guy going? Newport Beach 1. I'm not sure what that guy... I guess that guy was feeding this business. How's the supply average? Let's go ahead and send this guy loose, since we were noticing it. All right, there's our first truck we want to sell. 52. It's in the garage. We should be able to just sell this guy now. Oops, cancel. Yeah, 52 and 53. Let's sell these guys. Done. And done. Nice. We are making our way through the list. What else? Let's take another quick look here. We'll scroll up. There's 51 and 52. Business decreased. Sand. I can't do anything about that. Business on the verge of bankruptcy. That all looks good. 168. Now, this is pretty old, these messages. Let's just take a quick look. 252 we already saw. We just got rid of that one, I think, right? Yeah. But let's look. The last message we'll check out is this 168. Is that guy? All right. That looks like another coal one. So that's this route. We've got 4 trucks. I'm going to let that one run. I think we did enough cleanup on the routes around these notifications here. 252. Oh, that is a different car. All right. We took some trucks off this route. Let's just let this thing run. Not too worried about it. Excuse me. And while we're doing all this maintenance, we're just racking up the cash here. If you look at the lower left side of the screen, we're almost up to 6 million. All right. What is next? We upgraded our business. We got research going. We cleared out our message queue. Now we need to upgrade our people train. That's what I had on my list. And I think we can just do... It looks like we're only going to be able to do 2 cars. But it feels kind of like a no-brainer thing where we can squeeze out a little bit of extra cash out of our train. So let's send this guy back to the depot. Boom. And then where is the depot? I got to remember, it's kind of in a funky place. Down here. Boom. We'll wait for that guy to make his way there. And like the buses, when I send them to the depot, they take the passengers with them. That might be something that they want to change. Seems like once you send a train to the depot, maybe it should lose the passengers. But yeah, as a result of the way it works currently, we'll see. Now, it's been a little while since I played, so there may have been an update or two to the game. But I've left passengers in buses parked in garages for months, in-game months. So I think that's kind of funny. All right, just waiting for this guy to make his way to the depot. They just kind of disappear. And then once that happens, we'll go ahead and add 2 more passenger cars. This is not a ton. Now, eventually, also on this people route, and this is going to be painful, but I'm thinking we may want to double track this and have a train going in the other direction too. Just constantly looping, one looping kind of clockwise and one always looping counterclockwise. But that's a task for a different day. I don't want to tackle that right now. All right, here is our train. Let me go into reconfigure and let's add 2 more passenger cars. I imagine we may be able to get passenger cars that aren't any longer but hold more people. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but maybe. And then I guess, do we have to configure this for people actually? I don't know that there's another option for those cars. All right, 58,000, that's nothing. Let's send this guy out. Boom. All right, train can't find its way. Oh, why? Why? My perfectly laid track cannot find its way. What he needs to do is go this way. And then he can't join up here. I think, you know, I noticed it was, right, the train was kind of coming through this direction over the top and then clockwise. So maybe if we just lay a little bit of track right here. And again, we're only getting, or I'm only getting by. I won't say we when it's a when I'm making a mistake. But I'm getting by right now because I've only got 1 train on the tracks for this little part of the route. That's why things are working. We're going to have to rework this whole people train rail setup here because it is not where it needs to be. In fact, it's pretty bad. All of this can come out. In fact, maybe, is this costing us maintenance, this one down here? Yeah, it's not costing a lot. I'm going to delete it. I'll leave the track, but I might as well tear this out because it remains to be seen if I'm going to even use this. And if so, I'm probably going to want to put a big freight station over here. So let's just take that out and it'll save us maybe a tiny bit of dinero here. All right, there goes our train. You can see the passengers from when I originally sent it to the garage are still on this train waiting to get to their destination and wondering what has gone so wrong. All right, let's speed this up. I just kind of want to see if this train fills up as it visits all these stops. So just keep an eye here. Oh, it's going to go all through this. Let's do 3 times speed. Okay, we got precise mode and greedy mode. Let me escape out of that. That was from destructing the passenger station there, I think. Okay, oh, it is picking up. Let me slow it down just so I can see what happened. All right, we've got a full load. Now, in theory, that should increase the profitability a teeny bit. And again, we're going to have to think through adding more trains and keeping a single track and working with signals to make that work. Or we're going to have to maybe double up the train tracks here and have trains moving in both directions. I'm kind of partial to the latter and having 2 parallel tracks, but I'm a little nervous about what that's going to mean in terms of destruction through here and all the crazy bridges and things that we kind of already worked on in tunnels. It's kind of an interesting looking town. Especially over here. But yeah, if we go double tracks, that could be some work. So we'll just see. There is another option maybe to always have just a single loop here and have a place for trains to queue up as they're waiting to work that loop. But we'll get to that later. Cool. Then last on my little list of maintenance tasks here is to upgrade our freight train. Now looks like an ideal time because it just unloaded. So I'm going to send this guy to its depot. And I think these two train networks are completely isolated. They are. This one's kind of small. We've got 3 big freight stations. We've got... Oh, no. Okay, yeah, he's waiting to go to the garage. I just saw the train stop. I got a little scared there. We've got, what, 3 roundabouts so far? 1, 2, 3. One of them is perfect. I think it's the one it's on. Although it looks like I could make that a little smaller. I think it's perfectly symmetrical, but I think I could go smaller. Maybe we'll try and do another one of those on camera. Either this episode or next episode, because I do want to add another one. Well, let's see. We said this round. I'm just waiting for that train to make its way to the depot. Looks like it did. But I guess these 2 rails up here, we said we were going to fork over to the right. Waiting for save here. And then maybe put another big station here. We may get to that probably next episode. We might start terraforming this down a little bit this episode, because this is not so great. We've got the cash to do it. 6 million. We just broke 6 million. But yeah, I'm thinking of another big station just like this guy right here. Kind of planning for future growth. All right, let's go in. Oh, I should have counted how many cars we could put on. Shoot. I didn't really pay attention. Let's configure the train. Interesting. All right, let's add... Boy. I'm going to go with 5 to start. Let's do 5 more of the stake cars. I think I can hit shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just for the heck of it. Apply the changes. Let's set this guy loose and just see if we made a huge mistake here with the number that will actually fit. So he's probably going to go do his U-turn. I got us 3 times speed. Like we saw last time, these will get automatically reconfigured because our route has that refit step. So the back cars look different right now, but eventually they will reconfigure. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we can get 2 more on there, I think. Let's see how this guy does. Let's go 2 times speed just because that's what we're used to seeing as far as how fast this thing can travel. Now, it is fully loaded. And it has no problem getting up the hills. I'm sure it's slower. Yeah, you can see the slowdown there. If we may come back later and try and level this off, I'm kind of torn between realism and efficiency. So it does kind of look good to me to have the bumpy routes because it just seems more realistic and just kind of funner to look at. But if we start starving for efficiency, maybe we'll level some track. All right, here it goes. Now our warehouse may not be able to hold all this. Let's see. Now trucks are unloading as we load up the warehouse, so that helps. And I think, does the freight station have an inventory? I don't think it does on its own. Maybe it does. I'm going to pause for a second. I just want to see if everything's empty here. All right, everything got emptied out. That's a good sign. And our warehouse has plenty of space. So that is a good sign. Let's let it run. We'll stay at 2 times speed. Then let's look at our research. Yeah, storage is 2. So we're going to be able to upgrade. We've only got a couple minutes left this episode. Let's take a look at if we're able to upgrade a warehouse in place. It doesn't look like it, right? Because they've got different footprints. These are way bigger. Is there a way for me to upgrade this warehouse? Okay, that's where we select the item to store. Connected building logistics. It wouldn't be in there. Christian Hall is the manager. Yeah, I don't think there is. I think we have to delete. We have to delete what's there and plop down a new one. So as we upgrade our warehouses, hopefully the footprint won't expand too much from what we've got. Or the size, because we've got this one over here is kind of tucked into a little corner. It's nestled between this bus stop, and then we've got a couple homes here. I suppose we could tear down the homes But hopefully, once we get the upgraded warehouses, we can plop a bigger one down here. We don't need it right this minute. But yeah, we can see too that the trucks are exhausting that supply way faster than this train can make a round trip. Let's, like I said, yeah, we're at the end of the episode. Let's just see how fast this depletes. We can add also, while we're here, we can add 3 more, I'd say. I think 3 more. At least 2, but I would be willing to gamble 3 more of these stake cars. Let's keep an eye on how fast this thing depletes. Okay, trucks are just queued up, loading up, taking that supply. I also want to see how profitable this route is. Yeah, look how fast they chew through that supply. Let's take a look at the business. If it's happy, it's still average, but I got to think that is going to level up. If we're oversupplying, you know, one of the viewers of the channel, or maybe even a subscriber, I'm not sure, mentioned that, hey, even if you're oversupplying, it's not the end of the world as long as your business is about to level up, because it will grow into that oversupply. So it may not be the worst thing in the world. Speaking of worst things in the world, we're running into some traffic here. But again, we're going to optimize a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff going on here is going to get optimized, but slow down here is definitely, this station is not in the best location, right? Because cars are it's starting to block traffic. It's not horrible. The traffic does clear, but if you're into hyper efficiency, that's a problem. This intersection is a problem, and the source of the problem is this station, this freight station. Unfortunately, it needs to be closed. We're using it for 2 things. I suppose we could add 2 freight stations and have one dedicated to the wood and one dedicated to the coal. And that might break up some of the traffic and reduce the number of trucks trying to hit this station. We've got, I don't know what it is, 6, what is it, 14, 18, 19, something like 19 trucks trying to come to this station. But yeah, again, the main thing I was looking at was just the supply. And we just bounced up to good. Nice. Nice. So we started at excellent. We got down to bad when we first converted to pulling resources from the warehouse instead of the wood factory. Started out at bad. I don't think we got down to awful. Then it went to average, and now we're at good. So I think our first little migration over to train freight from truck freight has been successful. And now this train network too, and then we'll wrap up. I know I keep babbling here. But this train network, at some point we can throw another train on here and test and see if I've got all my signals set up. Oh, we were going to add 3 more cars to this. Let's do that before we go. Let's send this guy to here. Boom. And then that way, next episode, we can have a fresh list of things to tackle. And I think what we'll do next episode is go after another product to route by train, maybe to these same 3 towns. So we could try and go after something like this guy, the iron bars. And instead of having trucks fetch those from our iron factory, get a new train depot set up over here. Now that's going to be a challenge, right? Because we're going to be crossing over the people train tracks. So right now, right now they're on their own separate network, just because I don't know what I'm doing. But eventually we'll have to join these up. But yeah, maybe next episode we can extend this little fork of the roundabout and place a new huge warehouse here to pick up all of our iron and eventually our steel products, and then set up a route to somewhere, or maybe even here. Where is it? Yeah, steel. We could use either our same station here, freight station here, add a warehouse for iron products, or a couple, at least an iron product, probably these iron bars, and do that. Maybe that's what we go after next episode. All right, let's upgrade this guy. I think I said 3 more. Let's do it. 3 more. What's going on? Is it adding them or what's going on? I can't tell. No, I don't think it did. We'll find out. 3 more stake cars for you. 80,000. Yeah, it must not have been adding them. Now let's set that guy loose. And let's see. He had some material to deliver. There's the 3 new cars. So we can at least see. I'll speed it up a little bit. We can at least see if he fits in the station. I think he's going to make his way here. He's not fully loaded, but we can at least see if this guy fits. Slow it down here to single speed. I think so. Yeah, that's perfect. I don't know how many that is, but it's a lot. 2, 3. Looks like 19 plus the engine. I don't know if we'll get to the point where we need to have 2 engines. If we can swap that out for a more powerful one if we run into that. And then, like I said, we can, we're set up supposedly to be able to run multiple trains on this track. We've got all the signals. Now, I haven't tested that out. Maybe we will test that when we do the iron stuff I was just talking about. All right, enough of my babbling. That is it. We got a ton done in this episode. We upgraded our business. That means better profits. We raised a bunch of cash. We're up to 7 million now. We'll use that for some terraforming, probably next episode. And then let's see, we picked research in the tech tree. We've got upgraded warehouses being researched. We're well on our way there. We're probably about 75% done on that. We cleared out our message queue and got sold off some trucks, some of the lower end trucks. We upgraded our people train. Let's take a look at the profitability of that. I know I keep prolonging this episode, but let's take a look at how that guy's doing profitability wise. Money, it's less profitable. We'll just see. We'll see how that goes. It could be that the running costs are including the upgraded cars that we bought. So we'll let this run and see. But hopefully, hopefully I didn't make it a whole bunch worse. Let's take a quick look. It's full, right? It's got the 2. I think we added 2 extra cars and they're full. So in theory, it should be generating more cash. There was 2 grand right there that just came in. So yeah, it's looking a little prettier already. So we did that, and then we updated. Last thing we did was just now we upgraded the freight train to max out the number of cars. There it goes. It's fully loaded. I suppose we can take one more look here and make sure it doesn't overwhelm the warehouse. Pretty sure it won't. And we have some inefficiency, right? There's a truck that just went empty. Here's another one about to leave empty. Another one about to leave empty. So there's still plenty of inefficiencies in our setup here, but we'll get to them one by one. It's not going to be perfect, but we'll go for the big things first, and then we'll tune as we go. We are unloading all these stake cars. It's pretty slow. Do I have it on single? Yeah, single speed. Let's just see here. Ooh, it's getting close to the max, but it did work. That train is leaving empty, so that's a good sign. And again, we'll upgrade the warehouses too. So I think we're in good shape. That is it for now. If you enjoy this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow. I really appreciate having you here on this journey. We are well into it, this Let's Play, and we finally got to trains, or I finally got to trains. So not perfect. I've got a ton to learn, but it's a lot of fun. If you don't have this game, man, and this is your kind of thing, hopefully you're seeing stuff that you like here. I think the game's got a lot to offer. Anyway, I'll stop babbling, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching.